last Christmas, we were watching the movie of Scrooge, as is, expected in America to watch that movie every year. And every year we watch it thinking, poor Scrooge, he just can't get it. He just, why can't he be happy? He's got a great roof over his head. He's got all the food, all the money that he could need. He has a successful company. He's got employees that are hard workers and loyal and dedicated. And we just, to us, it's so obvious to Scrooge that he should be happy. He should be grateful. And yet the man's miserable. And after watching the movie, I sat there and thought, what is it in my life where I'm being a Scrooge, where maybe I'm not as grateful as I should be with the things that other people would love to have? And so I want to ask you today, what are the last things that you complained about? Was it your company? Did they make some changes? Did your boss, do something to make your life more difficult? Did you have clients that were a pain? Were there comp plan changes? Or what did we just complain about at work? And why can't we just be glad that we have a job? What about at home? Like, when's the last time your spouse, when's the last time you complained about your spouse? For a lot of us, that's in the past 24 hours. Can't we be glad? Can we look at that person every day and just be happy that there's someone who's committed to loving us, flaws and all, and has committed to live their life with us, with their flaws and all? What about if you get a flat tire? Doesn't that just ruin our day? And we just tell everybody about it, and oh my gosh, it was so expensive to replace it, and I just replaced these tires 2 months ago. But can't we just be glad that we have a car? We have transportation. We don't have to walk in the heat anywhere. We don't have to rely on public transportation. One of my neighbors, she told me, now she's older and she has grandchildren, but she said when she was a new mother, she was such a perfectionist. And she was showing me the crib that now her grandchildren were sleeping in, and she was showing me the teeth marks in the wood of the crib. And she said when her son made those, she was so upset because it really ruined the crib. But today, those teeth marks, they mean everything to her, because that was her baby, and her baby now has babies, and her life's completely changed. Ultimately, don't we all want to be happy? How many of us want to walk this earth being miserable? But we live in a negative world. And if you Google the benefits to being happy or the benefits to being grateful, the lists go on and on and on. But the three biggest ones, the three biggest benefits to us being grateful is, first of all, we're happier. We're happier, and people who are happier, people who laugh more often, are healthier. So we live longer just being grateful. The second big benefit of being grateful is that people like us more. We have deeper relationships. We have people that are more likely to trust us. Who wants to be around someone who's always finding fault? So often our egos are boosted by finding fault in others, but why? Because our ego may be boosted, but we're not happier. The third biggest benefit is our careers are boosted. People who are positive, people who are good natural leaders because people want to be around them, are the ones that are more likely to be promoted. They're more likely to get the sales. They're the people that people want to be around. Did you know that studies show last year 65% of Americans reported that they didn't get a single recognition, not a single attaboy at work the whole last year? How sad. So do you want to be happier? It is so simple. I challenge you to this 2-week challenge. It is just 2 simple things. The first is either write a list of 10 things you are grateful for. Go ahead, stop the video, pause it, write out that list of 10 things that you are grateful for. And you can either read that same list aloud every day, or Every day, you can make a new list of 10. Just keep it in a journal. Here's the 10 things I'm grateful for. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant. It can be, I'm grateful for my bed. I'm grateful that I have a warm shower. I'm grateful that I have a job. Being grateful for those little things makes you more ready for the bigger things. The second part of being happier is start sharing that gratefulness with others. I had this amazing coaching client. Her name was Heather Ferrari, and I tell you, she is one of those people that everybody loved. And one of her challenges as a sales manager was to make sure that she told someone in one of her offices, anyone, one thing at least every day that she was grateful for. It didn't have to be the same person every day, but things that we think, well, of course they should be doing that. That's their job. But recognizing it. And Heather was like, oh, this would be a piece of cake because I recognize people all the time. I'm Miss Positive. She came back 2 weeks later and she was like, wow, Kitty, I don't recognize people as much as I thought. But you know what kind of difference it made in her business? Because one of the valuable things Heather learned is that which is recognized is repeated. If you're recognizing negative behavior at work or at home, even if it's negative attention, people want attention. So how about if we recognize those things that people are doing well, so they will do more of it? It's so simple, but yet we keep thinking that if we would just correct this and just point out what they're doing wrong, that they'll do better. And I challenge you to find someone that's driving you nuts and start recognizing those things that they're doing right and see if in 2 weeks your relationship doesn't completely change. So my challenge to you after watching this video is to write or read aloud 10 things that you're grateful for every single day. Sometimes 2 or 3 times a day if you're really negative. And then find someone either at work or at home every day that you can tell them thank you. I see that you have the coffee ready every morning. Thank you. You are always making sure things don't fall through the cracks. Thank you. Take that challenge. Email me in 2 weeks. Let me know how it goes. I can't wait to hear.